T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
That is right, Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. And tonight is finale night for Ms. and Mrs. We have 2 episodes that they gave us, and we have finally reached the end of the season.
We have.
I cannot believe it.
We finally made it. I mean, it's gonna feel really different not having to get on here and do a post show for Tuesday. Then we kind of go back to not necessarily having. Well, I mean, we have a show earlier, but there's no more Miz and Business late nights with the Salt Shakers. You know?
Yeah.
So
Fish and Indies, of course, has moved to bi-weekly.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be 1 week every other week where you won't have a show at all. So might be something new. You never know. But let's jump right on into it. Of course, on the episode, the first episode to the finale, they're trying to get ready for a ski trip. And I mean, come on now. Maurice being a fashionista herself, it only makes sense. Like it really only makes sense for her to have some amazing ski suits, right? They're packing for the ski trip. And of course, she has to test everything out. You know, Miz is there, obviously. I mean, you can't.
They tested out all right, and look what happened.
I mean,
then she dropped it like it's hot too. In the midst of it, already popped open.
She really did. She had to make sure.
But I mean, listen, you stress it out even more when you drop down low.
Yeah.
No.
And anything can happen. So, you got to test them out. You got to move. You got to shake. You got to see what's going on. I personally loved it. I thought it was very cute. I know one of them, the ones that she had on, Mia said looked like a trash bag.
Oh, yeah. I definitely got a picture of that. And then he decided that he wanted to show her that this is what we look like together. You see? Look, we can be fashionista. Let me go put me a trash bag on, an actual trash bag that he wasted. But of course, they have money. So wasting a trash can is just nothing. But to me, that's a lot. I could have used that for something. But I mean, he tried to show Maurice that, you look like a little trash bag, a little healthy, maybe Glade, Glad or whatever that some people like to pronounce it as. And this is what you look like. So let me show you what you look like. And Maurice, this is not happy.
Not at all.
Until in her face, she's just like over it.
She just, she wasn't having it. But before they get to the ski trip, of course, they drive. They're on their way to Big Bear. And if you know anything about reality TV, you know that Big Bear is a very popular place for shows like Basketball Wives, Real Housewives of Orange County. Big Bear is kind of the place where you go and film. I don't know if they have a deal with some of these networks, but it's a beautiful resort. It's very nice. You said what?
So it's a popular attraction, though.
Yeah, it is, especially over in the West Coast. It's very nice. Of course, when you go to the slopes, it's always cold. But, on the car ride, I thought it was very interesting that they could not play music. And if they did, they would have to pay for the music that they were playing since they're on a show. I thought that was very, very interesting. And the girls wanted Frozen, of course, and they don't really understand the concept of having the litigational. I don't even know if that's a word, but the more legal side of things when it comes to copywriting and music and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting. But they did play I Spy. They made it through.
I mean, they had no other choice. I mean, they could have had karaoke where they. Well, I don't think they would have gotten.
Miss tried.
He did try. He tried to give them a little vocal
Yeah.
representation of the song. It was a ultimate fail, but you got to make things shake. You can't really play the actual music. You got to go karaoke mode.
You do. And during this time, they also talked briefly in the confessionals about Royal Rumble and getting everything together. Maurice had even made a comment about some people training for over a year to get back in the ring, and she literally has days. So Miz kind of came up with a plan, which we'll get into a little later, but they get to Big Bear, and it's a beautiful hot tub, of course, and Marie starts to talk about how you go in the hot tub first. It kind of opens up your pores, and then you go into the lake. And then they got into this Cleveland, Ohio versus Montreal debate, which was hilarious. Maurice is kind of like myself when it comes to geography. Because for a long time, I didn't even realize how close Alaska was, to be honest. And it's literally right there. But she made a claim that she was closer, well, just close, period, to Alaska, which was crazy as hell. So they had to bring up the map. And we see that Cleveland and Montreal are actually closer than Montreal and Alaska. And so Miz kind of won this argument. Normally, this season he's kind of been on the losing side. He's been
losing all types of battles, debates, everything. Finally, he got his one.
He did. I can't believe it was a geography battle though, because I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I would have lost. Okay, I definitely would have lost. But of course, they get there, they settle in, and first things first. What do you do when you go? What do you do when you go to the ski trip? You got to go make snowmen, right? Or snow women, or snow them. However you decide. They're not just snowmen now. We live in a world where men have controlled gender for so long that we don't even realize it's a snowman. It's just a snow. It's just a snow angel. That's what I thought a lot of people would call it. But Miz decided to call it a snowman. But, they went out there and had their time. But then, Miz just, I don't know. He had some tricks up his sleeve, right? So first we see, he always does. You're right. He always does. First we see him have like an obstacle where she's going to be chopping the wood. Then we see her she has to take the axe and then tire flip, which is something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to like go to a gym that is more rugged in a sense and flip over the tire. And then this is how we get here. He wants her to basically pull him on the sled. Would you have done the obstacle course that he set up?
Yeah, I thought it would have been like really fun to do, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but I don't need him yelling in my ear now because you'll get hit with that ass. I'm sorry. I don't. You want me to do this obstacle course? Allow me to do it. Don't be in
Yeah.
my ear, being in my ear now, because otherwise you're gonna end up getting kicked down the slopes a little bit.
Yikes. That's a steep slope
Mm-hmm.
to be getting kicked down. I tell you that.
Kick
But
him like a
speaking of
dodgeball.
slope, you said what?
I'm gonna kick him like a dodgeball.
Oh, Lord, I can only imagine. I would have. I know she complained about her nails,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that I also probably would have complained about too, especially with the tire. Like, I was actually talking to Marty Bell about this because I saw her at the Impact show, and she saw my nails and they were long, and I was telling her that's the only thing that I would hate about wrestling because the nails are short and.
Not everybody's nails are short though. I think
Well,
like
my short and your short may be different. When I say short, I mean like they may hang a little, but they're still short.
mm-hmm.
There's no one that has like long, long, long nails. Everyone is like, if they'll have
Scratch
a
people, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
if you try to rake somebody's eye, you can infect them, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Especially
Yeah.
if you don't keep them clean, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of dirt that gets up under your nails anyway when you're wrestling. So, you know.
And I totally understand the precaution. I just think for me that would be my deal breaker. Like I've seen even Chelsea Green recently got her nails done, and they were I can't even say medium. They were short, but they were longer than normal. Like I know Charlotte Flair keeps her nails like pretty short, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the other girls they keep their nails pretty short. But Chelsea's were a little, and I know Chelsea's going to be taking some time off, going to Italy, of course, celebrating her marriage and everything. But yeah, that's the one thing. So when Marie said that, I was just like, "Girl, don't break a nail. We don't need that because I don't know if they have nail salons in Big Bear. I'm not sure, honestly.
Relationship here. I just popping things out and go about your business.
Okay. Now they ended up going to the slopes with the family. Of course, Madison and Monroe joined, and Monroe kind of has a big girl moment. She wants to do this all on her own. I mean, look at her face. She looks so happy. Just oh my god, like everything is just so cute about this picture. But here's the thing. She goes up the first time and then she's fine. And then she goes up the second time and she hits a tree. Now, this was scary because the impact was crazy. Like the way she hit the tree, I was nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. I was completely nervous. And whew, they took a commercial break, but I was like, I don't know.
I mean, well, she's a tough girl. I mean, she cried for a little second, and then she was like, "I want to do it again." And she went back up there, and she did it again, and multiple times, and she was fine. I just
Yeah.
think that she went up a little bit higher than what she did, which may have caused her to not have so much of a control on the little sledge thing that
Yeah.
caused her to run into that tree. Um, but I mean, listen, listen. This ain't the first time Monroe done got beat up this season.
That
She
is.
got beat up the last season, the last episode, the previous two episodes when they went to when Maurice wanted him to go on a vacation and Miz was trying to do his little fantasy football thing. So I
Yeah.
mean, she had a black eye because she fell off the bed or something. So
Yeah.
Monroe seems to be a very very like tough girl for her age, and
Yeah.
honestly, she may cry, but it seems like it doesn't stop her from wanting to you know enjoy herself.
Yeah.
You got some weak little babies out here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta toughen your kids up. You gotta toughen your kids up. You know what I'm saying? She hit her face on a tree. She got back up and kept going.
She did.
After she cried. But she
And
got back up and she wasn't gonna do it.
that was a very happy dad moment for me. Is all he could, I mean, his face and everything was just, I mean, at first, it was, he was very scared.
Mm-hmm.
But to see her go back up there and do it all over again was really amazing, honestly. And she enjoyed herself. She really did. And um it's something that I feel like she learned something from it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see courage, you see her go up there and say, you know what? I want to do it again. Because even though it hurt, there was still an aspect of fun that
Mm-hmm.
she got from it. There was an exhilaration. There was just something that she enjoyed, and I think that Miz seeing that was just amazing, honestly. But of course, playtime is over. It's back to the training. Miz takes Maurice back to the obstacle, and this time it's for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's for real. This ain't no play. And honestly, she looked great doing it. She
Mm-hmm.
really did. She ran through the course. She was doing everything that she was supposed to. Of course, they have to start with a lockup, which if you know anything about me, I love technical wrestling and I get pissed when matches don't start with a clean lockup. I think that's how every match should start. I hate when it doesn't happen. Um, so it was good, and they trained, and everything was good. I thought it was really funny though, because Marie says she didn't know what s'mores was um, until he said something about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of crazy, honestly.
Well, maybe she grew up. Like, maybe do they not have s'mores in Canada?
That I'm not sure of.
Like,
I do know that s'mores is more of a like camping culture, but
mm-hmm.
I don't know if camping is like
I've never been camping, and even I know what s'mores are.
true, but I don't know if it's like I don't know if camping is just an American culture either, if that makes sense. Like I know growing up for me, like camping was like a big thing during the summer, even in the fall. Like we would go camping all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how popular it is in Canada. Like Canada may, you grow up and maybe skiing is something that's more popular or being in cold weather because they're in cold weather a lot. And to be honest,
Yeah.
camping in the cold is like, it's really bad. Most people try to camp between May and August, normally not even August and September because it's still pretty humid.
Right.
But I know the best time to camp is during the summer. But maybe maybe she wasn't fluid, or maybe it was just a thing. But of course, they end their night, doing their thing in the hot tub. I mean, how can you not, right?
I mean,
Like
it's a
it,
hot tub. I mean,
yeah.
you gotta get in there eventually. You know what I'm saying? And it's indoor. So,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It's in its own little room. You don't have to go outside and get in there. You can just go in the room, lock the door, and just hang out in the hot tub. You and your man or your woman or whatever, your dogs.
Yeah.
Or by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just go in there, have a good time, and it definitely ended a good time for me because he kicked everybody out
That,
immediately.
and they always make sure to have these moments too.
Mhm.
And it's really nice to see. But that was, pretty much everything for episode 1. And this is how we start episode 2.
It looks awkward, but it is.
I don't know if it says awkward. I think it looks romantic, to be honest. It's a
It's
little,
like
it's a little romantic.
on
I
the
mean,
playground doing this.
yeah, which that might be the issue. I'm surprised they don't have a playground like in their house if they don't already, honestly. But there's a reason behind this, obviously. They're gearing up for their match at Royal Rumble, of course, between the Grit couple, Beth Phoenix and Edge. And, they really want Maurice to do a Hurricanrana, but not just any Hurricanrana. They want it to be off the top rope. Now, that takes a lot of training. Now, this may not be the training that everyone is thinking of, but this is definitely the training that Maurice and Miz felt like was suitable for the,
I mean, well, she wanted to do it, you know what I'm saying? She said she envisioned, doing something big, something that she's like never got a chance to do because the girls were a lot smaller, short, she's 5'8", which would kind of get more into their training side of things later on. But I mean, he just wanted to like, she literally knows how to do it. It's just she just needed the right person to do it with. Yeah. And I mean, she practiced there a little bit. You can see, she has the format down packed, the way she, swing her body, you know what I'm saying? It works. Yeah. This is a way to start, it's more so of me is really trusting and not being so fearful that something is going to go wrong. But he got kicked Monroe got upset because he kicked Mommy, and she wasn't too fond of that. So
she really wasn't.
Monroe don't play. Monroe gonna grow up, be a wrestler, and be knocking her daddy down.
Yeah, she was not too fond of that, to be honest. And I feel like Maurice is not. She's really not one of the. She's not like, I'm trying to say this as nice as possible. She's improved. But when you go back at the Divas during the Divas era, she wasn't a great wrestler, but she was a phenomenal character, and she just had that presence. She was one of the most dominating heels. Oh my God, it's a spider,
girl,
in my fucking room. Y'all give me like.
I don't know why I thought it was like some paranormal activity going on here. While Nikki takes care of the spider in her room. This is not how I planned like the season finale for Miz and Mrs. post show to go, where Nikki is fighting for her life with a spider. It's probably a little small spider anyway. She's probably just overreacting. But I mean, yeah, Maurice, she wasn't the best wrestler during her time. She wasn't. And a lot of them weren't during that time of the Divas era. Some of them were good. Some of them were okay. Some of them were decent. Not too many of them were great. But I mean, you can definitely see a lot of improvement in Maurice. She was a great character. I definitely enjoyed Maurice during her time as Divas champion. She was great. She had although she had her accent or whatever, but she was a great talker. She knew how to piss a lot of people off and really dive into being the Maurice that she portrayed on TV. And so, I mean, I think that's great for her. And honestly, let me get this up here because it looks weird. But as we move on to the show, while Nikki gets to take care of that, Ryan, of course, comes to the house. You don't know this is Alexa Bliss' husband. Now, comes to the house and he talks to the Miz about how he's been, he comes to the Miz house and they play. I forgot what kind of game this is, but I know we used to play as a child, but I can't remember. But Miz talks to him about, Maurice getting back into the ring and things of that nature. And, Ryan is supportive a little bit, but, they play the game. And, of course, Miz loses per usual. And Ryan, of course, gloats about it because it seems like Ryan beats the Miz in literally everything, honestly. And Miz is just like, you know what? I can't wait until you go back to Florida. and that was about it between those two. And so as we move forward into the training section, so they get into the gym, they get into the ring at this gym nearby. And of course, the girls get themselves involved with, running around trying to, Maurice has been adamant about wanting to bring the girls to St. Louis with them for Royal Rumble, but they seem to be a little bit of a distraction even during her training. Of course, with the help of the gym manager, she comes in and takes the girls away. Like that spider almost took Nikki away, literally.
I'd say it was like, first of all, don't know. It literally like built a whole web right here by my desk, and we live in the county, so we have a lot of land, and so we get a lot of creatures, and it's the scariest shit ever. I've literally seen some creatures that I've never even seen before. It was literally staring at me, and I don't even know how long it's been here. It was pretty big, like huge, but it was pretty fucking big. And wow, like I don't have any words, honestly. I think the game that they were playing is called
I cannot think of it, but I've played it. I've played it before. Is it
something.
horse something? It's not horse. No, it's not.
If you guys see me looking around, I'm just looking for other contraptions because that was just god awful.
You have no idea how hard I laughed at this shit. Cause
Girl, that shit just really pissed.
are you good?
I'm utterly pissed.
Listen, y'all was about to be roommates. Y'all been roommates, though.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, whew, Lordy. I can't wait for the winter. But here we are. I mean, she did some training, and honestly, I really enjoyed watching her get in the ring with him. I really did.
I mean, you definitely see, her improvement and everything. I was like, okay, lock up, and the kick into the reverse armbar, the headlock, and then testing out the on the top rope Hurricane Runner. And I mean, she did a good job in training wise. You know what I'm saying? She really did a great job. This is kind of like what I thoroughly enjoy, like to see, is the fact that you have someone like The Miz. I mean, he may not be the best wrestler either, but he can wrestle. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you're training your wife, who she's so adamant about, about being a mother and not wanting to get injured. You know what I'm saying? Because she has two girls she has to take care of and stuff like that. So I mean, I can understand where she's coming from. Sort of, kind of, not really, because I don't have any kids. But it's just sort of like, you don't want to be injured and you got two critters running around with you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be put in that position. But I mean, it went great. Miz is, of course, he's still worried about her. And she's a little worried too that it may not go right. But I mean, you have a partner, like, you're doing it on edge. She's 6'5". And I mean, he's the right height for her to at least be able to do this, because all the other women were a lot shorter than her. She's 5'8". A lot of the girls weren't even passing like 5'6". You know what I'm saying? So having someone who's a lot taller than her, and
I didn't know she was that tall either, to be honest. I had no idea she was that tall.
Yeah, she's 5'8". Yeah.
I thought she was like my height. I didn't think she was over my height, to be honest. Like, I thought she was like 5'5", 5'6".
Mm-hmm. She's a lot taller than that. But we move on into a little bit more. So you see here where she's kind of right for it. You know what I'm saying? Biz is helping her, trying to get the swing of it, doing on someone, not really full out doing it, but more so like just knowing like how to turn her body when she does it. And she did really good with this. You know what I'm saying? Made you a little bit excited about, But of course, we've already seen this. If you watch Royal Rumble, we've already seen this. But to know that this is something that was kind of like what she wanted to do and wanted to try out, and hoping that it executed right, and it did. Just more so, just learn about the process of how it started. But what I would say, I thoroughly would have not enjoyed is being in an ice bath.
Oh,
not at all.
Yeah,
I know that some people I know a lot of athletes, they do the ice baths because it's supposed to be good to really the sores, your body sore, injuries, all that stuff there.
It's actually good for your skin, honestly. Studies show that hot water is damaging, which I believe is false, because I like my shit to be burnt. But
boiling.
But I want the water to be boiling, okay? And
cooking skin in there, okay?
I have a red undertone, and when I get out of the shower, my skin is literally like burning, and it's red, and I like it. But it is good for your skin. It really is. It actually does better for your skin than hot water. But like I said, I think they're fine. But
because it does help open up your pores a little bit, or try to close them. You know what I'm saying? Basically close your pores.
Yeah.
After you get out of hot water, because I know same thing dealing with washing your face. They always say if you wash your face in warm water, you know what I'm saying, and do your skincare or whatever, and then afterwards you kind of I don't know. I've heard so many different terminologies and shit like that
too. I mean, I wash my face with with hot water, and then I do a Noxzema mask, and then I do cold water, and then I do coconut oil, and it always works for me. I don't think I look 30. So I think whatever I've been doing is working.
Look like
30 looks like Zoe Starks.
Well, it could be 37. I don't know. I mean, for me, I use warm water, and then I use my witch hazel, and then I use my bio oil. Yeah, that's all I use. I don't use anything else. I don't have a skin routine where I'm using 30,000 different cleansers and moisturizers and all that stuff. It's just water, witch hazel, bio oil.
Yeah.
That's it.
I do. See, the only cleanser that I do use is Noxzema, because I just feel like out of anything that I've ever used, Noxzema gives me the best results. And then I went through, in 2019, my whole face broke out. And I used all kinds, I'm probably going out. Jesus.
No, I can see you talking.
Okay. I use so many regimens, and then I was advised to use coconut oil. And as soon as I started using coconut oil, my face cleared up, my skin got better. And I mean, when I say I broke out, I broke out all over. It was all over my body. And when I started using coconut oil, it started to help. So I always use that just as a moisturizer, because I feel especially when I go into when I'm going in the sun, I just feel more, I don't know if complete would be the word, but I feel more.
It just make you feel rejuvenated.
That's and vibrant and clean.
You feel just like you can do anything.
Yeah, I really do. Now, have you ever taken an ice cold shower before?
Absolutely not.
Me neither.
Absolutely not. I fucking refuse.
Yeah.
Not at all. I mean, I've tried Noxzema. No, it's too strong for me. I have sensitive fucking skin.
It was
Noxzema.
No, not Clearasil. What's the other one that people?
Clinique. Is it Clinique? Because I know Clinique is a.
What's the thing that's in the green bottle? It's like a green top. Someone told me to use it, and it was awful.
We used to sell it at Target.
I know because that's where I got it from.
Let me see. I feel like I know. I can't even. It's not I swear it's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. I swear. Is it CeraVe?
It is.
Okay, foamy facial cleanser.
And Cetaphil.
Yeah, Cetaphil is another
Cetaphil
one.
is what I used. That was awful.
Yeah, Cetaphil and CeraVe be right next door to each other.
Yeah, but no, Noxzema has always, and I know my mom, like she got acne in her 30s,
Mm-hmm.
and she used Proactive, and it worked for her, and then it just didn't work for me. And then I know some people use like the McKay. I don't even know if they do Avon. I don't even know if people sell Avon anymore.
They still sell Avon.
Do they really?
Mary Kay and Ashley used to be like a big thing back in like as a childhood. Like they used to they used to have the Avon deodorant I used to get, the little
The body wash.
fresh scent, yeah. But I couldn't use the Mary Kay. My aunt used to say Mary Kay and Ashley products from Avon and all that good stuff there. And we used to have an Avon lady that we would go all the time to pick up the orders and stuff. And she'll put it in a brown bag and everything. Yeah. It was
that was the thing back then, girl.
Avon was that girl back then.
Avon
was actually, if you didn't have Mary Kay and Ashley, I don't know what you were doing with your life.
Yeah.
You didn't have that deodorant. I think my mom still has that deodorant though. I don't know if she still does, but I think she does. But I know I used to have it, and I don't use it anymore. But that when I tell you that deodorant was strong as hell.
Yeah, that definitely was.
That's all you smell.
I use Dial because it's just
for soap or for like deodorant.
Or a deodorant.
I use Secret for deodorant.
That's the best. I just
Secret and I always use my cozy. I love the smell of vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. And I use like either a French vanilla or I use like a cozy vanilla. It makes me feel like vanilla.
That is so funny. I don't like powder deodorant.
I don't either. Like I feel like I've tried powder deodorant before, but it does not last long, and it also leaves like dirty deodorant like under your skin if you're not taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? It leaves it honestly, it will break you out. It will leave like dark spots on you and everything and stuff. So it's like, don't use that shit. I mean, it may work for some people, but for me, I have to use like the liquid gel type, where you just twist it and the gel pops out of it. That's the kind that I have to use because it works best for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't dry. It doesn't like leave any like white stains on your shirts or on you and nothing like that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how the hell we got here, but we're here.
If you want to give me some cozy vanilla deodorant just for the hell of it, I would not be upset at all whatsoever. I would not think that you think I stink either. It's just the thought of like, oh, since I heard you like Secret cozy vanilla, here's a gift. Thank you.
Hilarious. But back to Ms. and Mrs. They're gearing up. They're on the road. The girls are gone. And of course, Miss breaks the news to Maurice that, I mean, his gear may not come on time. And that's a problem. Because if you know anything about Ms. and Mrs., well, Ms. and Maurice, their gear is always on point. Look at the pink suit that he had on last night to complement her pink dress. Everything is on point when it comes to them. And honestly, when I went back,
they're all white.
Rumble, everything. That Royal Rumble gear and the all white was sick.
Yeah,
they look good in red.
It was like, I mean, Royal Rumble's red. They came out in their red. They just like they were meant for each other. Yeah. Honestly, like I couldn't see them with nobody else but them. Like, and honestly, I love the fact that they have such, in my eyes, from what I can only see on TV, that they do have a pretty nice relationship.
Yeah,
I will say that. And I mean, of course, you know, Miz thought that he can pull out the Cole Bestie gear that he wore with Shane McMahon to possibly wear with Maurice. It's like, we're not doing no Cole Bestie thing. So he pulls out his trunks and Maurice starts to make fun of it. and say, "Wow, these are really big." And Miz is like, "Yes, I have a big ass. You know, I do squats." And Maurice took it upon herself to put them on. It's just
Nasty.
she's just they're washed, they're clean, but still, it's just like she chose to put them on. I guess to try them on to see how they'll fit on her, and it's like a pamper. It's like she was wearing a Depends at this point, honestly. But
At this point, honestly, I mean, but in good favor, everything is set. Everything is done. He gets his gear. They
Terry,
go. You said what?
that's her name, Terry.
Oh, the lady.
That cut her finger.
They they honestly, she looks pissed.
She cut her finger trying to get this done.
She did, and she looks pissed.
Look at me. I cut my finger trying to get your gear together. You know? Look at this. Look at my finger. Okay? All this for you, miss. You know?
They get to the arena. We see Tamina, we see Liv, we see Bianca. I thought, and I don't know if I was just hearing things, but I could have sworn they were like, let's go Charlotte. Like, go Charlotte. But I think they were talking about the city. But if I remember, they were in St. Louis.
They were in St. Louis.
So
I didn't know what they were talking about.
I didn't know what they were talking about either. So I was just like, I'm just going to bypass this because I don't want to think the wrong thing.
Bianca dancing and twirling her braid is just like hilarious sitting there.
Hilarious. Liv Morgan was there. There were some other people there that were riding around and stuff. And Miz and Maurice, of course, prepare for their match. They talk about, it shows 30 minutes to showtime. And I mean, all the nerves set in, And Miz talks about, as soon as that music hits, he feels absorbed and the nerves are gone. But this is the big moment that everyone was waiting for. Was she going to be able to pull this off? Now, I don't think a lot of people thought that the Hurricanrana would actually be done on Edge because we don't really get to see a lot of intergender
matches,
connections or matches within the WWE, especially. But she hit it. And she made that man proud. Let's just be honest.
She shocked herself too, though.
She did. She did.
We ended up watching this live together, watching the Royal Rumble. I don't think we were really into this match. Well, like prepared for it, but to just see Miz and Mrs. Being out there together, Edge and Beth being there together. I mean, I thought it was great. There's a lot of interaction between the both of them, like Miz and Edge and Beth and Miz. Maurice and Edge and Miz. I think I said Miz and Edge. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad she hit it. I mean, this is really the first time I've really seen Maurice do anything high flying wise because, during her time, I never really seen her do anything like that. Never really seen her take any. Nikki, there's nothing there. I never really seen her take any high bumps or anything like that of that nature. Like, stop looking around. You're making yourself paranoid because you think something will fall on your head. Because you touching yourself. But I mean, this was a great moment. Even though they didn't win, this is something that was just a moment for them to share again. Despite the last time they had an interaction, of course, with John and Nikki at that WrestleMania that year. So I mean, it's always nice to see Maurice be in the ring or show up on TV. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't see her that often.
We really don't. And of course, at the end, they call the babies. And this is why I always say it's not always about winning and losing. It's sometimes just going out there and proving yourself and proving your ability and proving what you're made of. And they talked about that, Maurice talked about the importance of believing more in herself and having that confidence. And Miz tells her that you can do anything. He's such a good motivational aspect to the growth of Maurice. And then saying, like, I'm going to be honest, like, when it comes to the Miz, Maurice makes him 10 times better. He's already great. He's already a star. He always knew he was going to be a star. There's just something that Maurice adds that is just that little ounce of just confidence and look and character, and we see it now today. We see it even uh with his feud with Logan Paul and them getting prepared for SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Know? So it was really great. It was really great to see. And their gear was sick. Their gear was definitely sick.
I think couple wise, they do have one of the best gears. I don't know if there's anybody. I mean, unless I see Bianca and Tez come out doing something together, then maybe they'll be in the running.
Because like Taya has good gear, but then Johnny really doesn't. And then Chelsea has amazing gear, but Matt just doesn't give a fuck. And then with Deanna, it's like she has amazing gear, but then Steve Macklin isn't this character that's he literally just comes out in his shorts, like in his tanks. So there's really not, there's really not a male that just, even Seth, like half of the time it's not gear.
No, it's just what they're wearing all the time together. I mean, they've had moments where they've matched each other within their out of the ring gear attire that they're wearing. Sometimes I mean they're in the running for I don't know, Becky. Troy. Listen, I like you a lot, Troy, but sometimes you be having Becky in some wacky ass gear.
I just don't think it's. I'm gonna say it doesn't fit her every time.
No,
like even what she wore on Monday, I liked it, but it just didn't.
It wasn't meant for her to fight in. I'll tell you that much.
It wasn't meant for her to do anything that involved anything in the ring.
No,
if she was just on the side and just doing commentary, absolutely. But I think some of the outfits are a little
interesting.
Culturally, too. Culturally, I'm not gonna say culturally inappropriate, but there's certain things, and this is just my opinion. There are certain things that Black women can wear that non-Black women can't. And you look at someone, and those that follow like Sean Justin, sorry, with his outfits with Jada. Sometimes a lot of people go for those looks and it don't hit
because it's not meant for them.
And it's not the body type. Sometimes the hue is off of the color of the color of the fabrics doesn't really go well with the color of the skin. And I respect him for taking Becky and Charlotte to a whole nother level. Even Mandy, I've seen some amazing outfits from Mandy too. But sometimes I'm like, okay, this should not be in the ring. This should be something in the back. I wonder, did he style Liv Morgan on Friday?
That I'm not sure.
I wonder
he didn't post her. He did, because normally whoever he styles, he posts it.
That's true.
He styled her for some. I think there was an event she had went to, red carpet, where she had on that orange pumpkin like dress. That's when he styled her for that. But as for like what she had worn on Friday, I don't think he styled her, because if he did, he would have posted it. He normally posts whoever he styles.
Yeah, I was going back.
He posts himself, of course. He posts Becky. So whoever he normally styles is who he posts. So
okay, I'm seeing Liv Morgan. I'm seeing this. I was absolutely obsessed with this look. I'm gonna bring it to the this right here was everything.
Yeah, that was fire.
Like she just really ate this to pieces. I know he has styled Mandy Rose in the Ivy Park collection. Um, but I don't know. It just I don't know. It's a little hit or miss. But she looks good. I'm trying to see if he's anyone else, but all I see is Becky, Charlotte, Liv, and then a couple other people like Jasmine Sullivan and stuff like that. But it's definitely gotten gotten a lot of the stars moving up in their fashion. I personally can't wait to see what Chelsea Green wears in Italy. I told her to post all the looks so we can have them for Turnbuckle Glam as well. But with that being said, that was the final show for Ms. and Mrs. Season 3.
Yep.
Season 3, you guys. So we've been here for about 8 weeks, or 8 or 9 weeks now. So no more Tuesday nights with the Salt Shaker. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was about to say the replays are on. I'm so used to being on Clubhouse. Lord, you can go back and go back and watch it after everything, after we close everything out. Just to give you guys a little rundown, later today, it is Wednesday over on our side, over on Central. I will be joining Al again for AEW Dynamite, so make sure you check that out. Thursday night, there possibly will be a Creep Squad. They haven't ran the graphic for it yet, so I'm not sure. But I know for sure NXT 2.0 and NXT UK post show will happen before that. And then after that, close your night out with Impact, of course. They did announce Trey's match on Thursday. I'm not seeing anything for the women. I'm not seeing anything for the women. I'm going to say that again. So I'm hoping that I get something for the recap. We're going to put out the recap regardless. Even if I have to feature Trey, I don't give a damn. I do have some footage from his match on Sunday, and then I have some footage for the match on Thursday. So make sure you check that out on my page. On Friday, as of now, there is no AEW Rampage and SmackDown show as of now. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for that, because we just don't know. And then Saturday, we will have a post show for SummerSlam that will be taking a little later. So make sure you check that out. It will probably be not too far from the show. And then Sunday, there's no Turnbuckle Glam because we'll be at Rick's last match. So yeah, and then Monday we'll be back with everything. So any last words? Because you seem distracted over there.
Well, I was trying to see, because I can look at see what gets scheduled out on the days and stuff like that.
For what? For what?
Like shows, post shows, just anything. I can see the calendar view for anything that gets posted on social media wise.
Okay.
And I was trying to see if the Creep Squad thing was in there and stuff.
Oh, child, if they have it, they have it.
But I was just looking to see, you know what I'm saying?
I have no idea. I mean, I know it's like every other week, but I know they do a lot of like a lot of the promotion for it, I guess would be the word, is done late. So like we got promotion on Instagram, but we didn't get anything on Twitter to let anyone know that we were even going live. So here we are. But with that being said, you guys, thank you for tuning in. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. We are live on Twitch as well. I'm not sure. They didn't do a news today, so hopefully they'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. And then that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else for the people before we get out of here?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. Just follow, make sure you check out the website, www.talkpod.com. Articles going out every day. Nikki wrote a really nice article on the wrestling club. Shout out to what? You saw
Fury in the wrestling club.
I'm jealous. It was, I wish I had that as a child, yeah. I had a wrestling club, but We didn't have that, so I'm very envious. But I feel like as adults, we all got our wrestling club. Let's be honest, we all do. We hang around a bunch of people who watch wrestling too. You know what I'm saying? But it's nice to see that that wrestling still goes on in kids' life still. You know, and they definitely enjoy it, and they had the opportunity to go to MSG for the Monday Night Raw last night. So, and now they on their road to trying to at least I think 2 to 3 students to WrestleMania. So I mean, I think that is great. They've raised like what 7,000,
$7,585. Their goal is 15
15,
grand.
15.
And I know even if they don't reach their goal enough to send people to WrestleMania,
Mhm,
this funding can help with education, with
mhm.
gifts, with trips.
Yeah.
We included the GoFundMe as well. I'm going to be donating myself, and I encourage everyone to donate honestly because um,
Group of
it,
black kids, that out of New York, and you have a black teacher too, trying that's showing them a lot of things that's going on within black wrestlers,
yeah,
and even some non-black wrestlers too. So I mean, just matches, they're going back watching old matches and getting familiarized with a lot of wrestle. By the time they get to like maybe our age or whatever, they're gonna know everything about wrestling. They're gonna have a whole new generation of wrestlers coming in behind what they're seeing now, knowing about them and everything like that. So I think what they're doing is something great and positive, because a lot of times there's a lot of negative things going on in this world. And I think that it's great that that you're able to, conduct with a group of students who got a chance to meet the likes of Sasha Banks and Becky. And some of them, it's me, Bianca, what I'm saying? Some of them got a lot of appreciation from like Carmella Hayes and stuff like that. So, I mean,
yeah.
I think what they're doing is great. I think what he's doing is great. So make sure you guys donate to them. And like, I think that would be a kid's dream to be able to have their chance to go to their first WrestleMania, you know, or just, have the opportunity to just have something to do for.
And they will be, their next event is actually in August for Black Girl Magic. They will be there as
Mhm.
well. A little side note, if you're in the Nashville area tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., there will be an exclusive drop for Chalkline. They have Letterman jackets that are exclusive to the Green Hill store. Bianca, Becky, AJ Styles, and Big E.
So great.
They will also have hoodies and T-shirts sold on the Foot Locker website at that time as well, so you can purchase those. But like I said, if you're in the Nashville area, stop by Green Hills, 10 a.m. Jackets are on sale and they are exclusive to Nashville Foot Locker. Now, I'm not sure if they're gonna move these. Like if they don't sell the merge, I don't know if they're gonna move it to the exclusive stores that they have during SummerSlam. There's a lot going on. So if you're in the Nashville area, make sure you check out everything because there's a lot going on. We even heard OVW's having a free show. I know Black Label Pros having a show on Friday. Liv, Bianca, and the Street Profits are actually going to be at Twice Daily and or Kroger during the week.
Bianca's gonna be at Kroger, while Street Profits and Lil gonna be at Twice Daily. So
Yeah, that's
Bianca,
why I said
because
and or.
Bianca's gonna to go to, well, it's not. Is it and or? I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I said Bianca, Street Profits, and Liv, and I said and or because I wasn't sure where they're going to be at.
Well, Bianca's gonna be at. Well, I'm not gonna tell y'all, but go to Kroger's for Bianca.
Yeah, she's gonna be. I know her time is like 6:30 to 8:30, and then I know Liv and that's in Hermitage, and then Liv and Street Profits, I believe, are the ones that are twice daily,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be there too. Come fill up with them, is I think is what they were saying. But and then for those that are purchasing the gear, you get for every $50 you spend, you get a wristband to meet either Liv or Bianca. They're not letting people know that Bianca is actually on the meet and greet too, which is crazy. I also think it's crazy that you have to buy merch that doesn't involve Liv to meet Liv. But here we are. With that being said, we will be back Thursday, and then we'll be back again on Saturday. No Turnbuckle Lamb on Sunday. We'll be back on Monday to discuss all of the chaos that happened. But thank you guys so much for joining. We didn't have not one comment tonight.
We did not, but we had one viewer, 2 viewers a day, and then we had like one. So I think they were just enjoying the view.
So you somebody sent me a weird ass message. I've been getting so many weird ass requests lately, y'all. Y'all have no idea. Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. Don't forget it. And as our CEO would say, ciao.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.